I was just having a conversation with a friend on Facebook concerning medical marijuana, and I'm not going to go into the details of the conversation, but it sparked some thought. Maybe it's something that I should have talked about a while back. Didn't really think about it till then. Back in 2008, my mother was diagnosed with lung cancer. She had developed something like I think they call it like small cell lung cancer, and it devastated her. She was a cigarette smoker since she was the age of 15. But it utterly destroyed her. I had to sit and watch my mom suffer because of those damn cigarettes. Back in 2013, my dad was diagnosed with colon cancer. No, it wasn't colon cancer. I don't think they diagnosed it as that. They diagnosed it as something else. He was misdiagnosed. And when they cut him open to do his colonoscopy, not colonoscopy, what am I saying? When they cut him open, to do his surgery, they were going to put a colostomy bag on him. That's when they found all of the cancer riddled all in his abdomen. He ended up dying on the operating table, but he was suffering from pain for a while he was like that, not aware that it was cancer. And it wasn't until recently that we started hearing about medical marijuana and the benefits of it and everything. How the oils can be used to help people with epilepsy and things of that nature. And really, it got me thinking, if I had known or thought for 1 minute that medical marijuana could have helped ease my mom's suffering or helped my dad with his condition, I would have gotten it to them some way, somehow. Legal or not, they would have gotten it. But the FDA and federal laws and everything, they list it as a Schedule I drug, which means it has no benefits, no known benefits. But it's been proven time and time again that it does. And there's countless videos online that show how people are benefiting from its use. But Big Pharma, the tobacco industries, the alcohol industry, they don't want the competition. They don't want people to have marijuana for medical or recreational use, because if they did, it would cut into their sales. The government will lie to you. They will tell you that it can kill you, but it can't. There has never been one documented case of an overdose on marijuana. Not one documented case of people dying because of its use. Not one. And if people want to get high, they're going to get high, legally or not. But really, that's not the reason. That's not the reason that I want it legalized. That's just a side effect. That's just a side effect of it. I want it legalized for its medical benefits. If somebody's dying from cancer and they're in constant pain, wouldn't it make sense to give them something that could alleviate that pain rather than a cocktail of chemicals in a pill form that could have adverse side effects on them? Drugs in this country. Drugs that are sold in this country have no medical benefit whatsoever. The only purpose in drugs today is to suppress the symptoms of the bigger problem. Diabetes itself is not the disease. The disease comes from your pancreas's inability to create insulin. It is a side effect. It's a side effect of a major problem. It's like if you're driving down the road and you look down at your dash and your oil light comes on, you could put a piece of tape over the oil light, but the oil light is still on and there's still a problem that still exists. You've only masked a symptom of the problem. Until you deal with the problem directly, the problem is going to persist. Drugs that we get in the United States legally through the FDA have no medical benefit whatsoever. None. Shouldn't they be Schedule 1? Drugs only mask the symptoms. They do not deal with the root cause. I've seen videos of people who have epileptic seizures getting a single drop of cannabis oil, and within a few seconds they've snapped out of it. I've seen Parkinson's disease sufferers take a single drop of cannabis oil, symptoms are gone. Is it a cure? No. But you look at any pill that they try to sell you on these commercials, any pill. Oh, I got wrist pain. Well, take this pill. Okay, what are the side effects? Oh, well, you know, you could lose bladder control. You might have diarrhea, loose stools. You might suffer some dizziness. There's a possibility of death and in some rare cases, blindness. Never mind, I'll just take an aspirin. Your kidneys could fail. Your liver could shut down. All because you can't deal with a little pain in your wrist. doctor tried to prescribe me Vioxx one time. This was before it was discovered that it could kill you. Well, it was before it was common knowledge that it could kill you. Well, I got a little sample pack. I pulled the little sleeve out. It was like rice paper, and it was folded down this far. But when I got it open, it was like this big. And the writing on it was tiny. And I had to look up and down the page for the side effects. Possible death was listed. The shit could kill you. But here's the scheme. The drug companies, they know the shit can kill you. They don't care. Because by the time it's discovered, they've made their trillions of dollars. And when they're sued in court, they might have to pay out a few $100 million, but they still come out on top. That's why drug companies don't give a shit about you. That's why they advertise on TV, because they depend on the hypochondriacs out there to drive their sales. It's just like this one, I can't think of the name of the drug, that prevents you from urinating too much. Yeah, that's a good idea. Stop your body's ability from filtering itself of its toxins. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Can't see anything going wrong there. I haven't pissed in 5 days. Damn, I feel like shit. But they want to shut down marijuana. Because marijuana is a threat. It's a threat to Big Pharma. It's a threat to tobacco. And it's a threat to alcohol. Because if you got one wonder drug that can do so much, that could take care of so many problems, why would you need 15 or 20 other drugs that could do the same thing, or claim to do the same thing? Why would you need that? The FDA makes millions of dollars a year, millions, approving drugs. They make ridiculous sums of money approving drugs. These drug industries, they pay a lot of money to suppress the facts from you. They don't want you to have the real facts. They don't want you to know the truth. There isn't a damn thing wrong with marijuana use. Nothing. There isn't a damn thing wrong with it. Big Pharma is afraid of it. Because Big Pharma would lose a lot of money. A lot of money. Parkinson's drugs, epilepsy drugs, cancer drugs, just to name a few. Glaucoma drugs, just to name a handful. Not to mention that marijuana suppresses cravings. I mean, you get hungry and you'll want certain things, but you won't think about alcohol cravings, you won't think about tobacco cravings, you won't think about those things. I've smoked marijuana plenty of times before, and I've never felt the urge to just have to have it. Long time ago, I think I smoked one joint, and I went for about a year before I had another. I just looked at it as a treat, you know. Calmed my nerves, made me feel better for a little bit. I didn't get hopelessly addicted to it. I didn't go crazy and run out into traffic butt naked, get hit by a truck. It did absolutely nothing to me. It just made me giggly for a little while. That was it. Give me the feeling in my head like I was having an orgasm in my head that just wouldn't quit. That's the best way I can describe it. But that was recreational use. And quite frankly, I don't see anything wrong with it. The feeling of being drunk is far more dangerous than being high. I was still able to think and reason while I was high. I wasn't able to think and reason when I was drunk. That's why I quit drinking. So yes, the government needs to get off of its high horse and legalize it. It needs to be legalized across the nation, because there are benefits to it. There are benefits that people could use. And all you Bible thumpers out there that are talking about how it's sinful and dangerous, just keep one thing in mind. God created that plan, and God creates everything for a reason. What if one day you died, you went to heaven, and God said, why didn't you use marijuana? That's what it was there for. How stupid would you look? Well, I thought it was an evil plan. No, that's what your government wanted you to think. And then everything would be revealed to you. Everything that I'm saying to you now is the truth. Something to think about. Talk to you guys later.